checked. Stop recording. Microsoft Flight Simulator -1.21.18.0.
Alright, welcome back to BVI Pilots. I am your pilot with you today, John. As always, got our guest with us, / co-pilot with us, Mr. Brandon. He's kind of just sitting off to the side, hanging out while we're doing this flight. I try to, make you feel a little bit fit in there somewhere while you're waiting on his computer. So he's with us doing this flight. And Brandon, where are we flying to today?
We are flying from Charlotte over to Baghdad, actually.
Very cool. And this time, guys, we're actually flying with. What are we flying with?
fs2020.
That's right.
We're flying with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
Let's talk about that a minute, Brandon. While we're, we've got the topic on the table. So let's talk about it for a second.
All right.
94.
One button.
What is?
Press enter to validate.
What is the difference between MS 2020 and P3D right now as far as flyability? Being able to fly it and stuff like that. I know you've not been able to fly yet with FS20 or PMDG, but I think you still understand the general aspect of it. So, in your opinion, do you really see it being that much different?
Not really. I mean, sure, the sounds are better. You got your weather, your live weather, your AIRAC data and stuff like that that's integrated into it. But as far as flying, no, there's very little difference from that and
24
P3D.
degrees.
I mean, because
Wind
let's
colon
be honest,
303 at 43 knots.
what
Gusts at 0 knots.
happens, as you said, what happens when the aircraft comes up off the ground?
Heading
Your
colon
gear goes
99.
up, your flaps go in, you
94.
climb, and it flies itself from point A to point B after you do
94.
all that in P3D.
Heading colon 98.
Yeah. And I, someone said, well, that's like, well, what's the point of flying with Microsoft? It doesn't make any sense to fly that way.
Boeing 747 climb and maintain
Stand
flight
by,
level
we got ATC
210.
talking to us here.
20,997.
One
Climb
button.
and maintain flight level 210 Boeing
So, as you
747.
can see, Microsoft 2020
One
simulates
button.
ATC, which I like that.
Which
Press
I'm going to
enter
be
to
really
validate.
excited about.
It's a good way to learn, just listening to how it does it and all that. But I mean, okay. TFM /
Boeing
P3D.
747 contact Atlanta Center on 133.
When you take off down the runway, you do get to hold on to the yoke and,
One button.
133.154
pull
Boeing
back.
747.
When the
Com
time
1 colon
right.
Atlanta Center Boeing
133.15.
Alpha Sierra 747 is passing 9,700 feet, climbing flight level 210.
I'm not trying, trying it yet, but there might be a way to do it with FS 2020 as well,
One button.
where you could go down the runway,
Press enter to validate.
pull back when it's time, because you can hear the wheels come off the ground, and then once that happens, just go to auto.
Yeah.
So you can match that part of it. You can even match using the flaps. Turn off
Next
auto,
waypoint
go
colon
to,
Kelby. Distance colon 21
turn
nautical
up
miles.
the
Bearing
full
colon 88
automated.
degrees. 3 minutes 18 seconds.
and go to autopilot, and you'd be able to manipulate the flaps if need to be.
Yep. Yep.
So I don't
I mean,
think-
really, there's
I
really
mean-
no difference in flying.
Yeah, you can put down the gear and stuff and flip switches and all that. But at some point, I'm telling you, Microsoft's going to have it fixed, and you'll be able to do that. Now, is it, I'm not saying that, TFM is exactly like, or, P3D is exactly like FS 2020, because there is a difference. Sound is different.
Yeah.
If you guys listen right now, listen to that. It's amazing sound. It's amazing. weather's pretty accurate. You actually get pictures of the real thing when you're looking down below and you see houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are legit real pictures.
Well, and I'm just going to be upfront and honest. I know I've heard somebody complain about how they don't like fs2020. It's never going to be accessible. Well, like it or not, folks, like it or not, at some point it's going to be fully accessible, and we're going to have vital information for the aircraft. You can't just sit there and say, well, it's never going to be flyable, because it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going to, guys, real quick.
Ops, FS Airlines 01, this PC01, the hangout dash team talk.
I'm going to grab.
The hangout, live streaming, stand left, live, John level 2. Brandon 11, John live streaming and channels, med channel, join channel, leave channel, create channel, left, update channel, shift. Update topic, edit multi-line, password, edit blank. Blank. Simming. Topic, channel, can't, OK button. The hangout dash, John level 2, Brandon level 2. Brandon is select, John selected for move. Live streaming and simming left, stand left, pair, live streaming and simming left. Selected users has been moved to channel live.
I moved us into live streaming. That way.
Okay.
When someone comes on.
Next waypoint, colon, Army, distance, colon, 16 nautical miles, bearing, colon, 80 degrees, 1 minute, 58.
You know, blasting, not knowing, saying whatever. And we can bring in whoever if they come up, but, well, yeah. So,
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.21.18.
Period. P3D. FS2020. I won't lie. I do like flying with 2020 like this, and especially if the scenery is so much. Like you get high quality scenery, and you don't even gotta pay for it. Like,
well, and that's
take a
another
look,
thing.
you guys.
Like, I'm going to try and make that well on mine too, despite what some individuals tell me.
I'm showing you guys outside the cockpit right now. That's one side of the wing. There's the other side. Let's come to the back. Listen, you hear the winds. The wind rushing across the wings.
Yep.
And it sounds just like that.
Boeing 747 contact Washington Center on 135.2. Good day.
Oh, we're contacting Washington
One
Center
button.
right now.
Going to 135.2 Boeing 747.
Com 1 colon,
Washington
135.20.
Alpha Sierra.
Wonder which way you're
747
headed.
is passing flight level 190, climbing flight level 210.
We are flying.
Boeing Alpha Sierra 747 Washington Center. Continue to bomb your plan.
Can't be that close to
Next waypoint, colon, at
already.
distance, colon, 41 nautical miles, bearing, colon, 70.
Surely not.
Heading, colon,
Press
66.
enter to validate.
Heading 66.
Heading, colon, 62.
62.
Heading, colon, 58.
Let's see where it says we are.
Montgomery, North Carolina, United States.
Montgomery, North Carolina.
Okay.
Washington's really
Interesting.
not that far from by plane.
Yeah.
Well,
Boeing
ATC might have
747 climb
connected a
and
little
maintain
earlier.
flight level
You know.
270.
Yeah.
27,067.
Climb
I
and
guess I'm
maintain
so
flight
used to
level
that
270
where you're getting
Boeing
closer
747.
One
to
button.
connect, but
One
I
button.
keep forgetting this is Microsoft ATC.
Press enter to validate.
Yeah.
1959 feet per minute.
Let's see.
Bisco, North Carolina, United States. Moore, North Carolina, United States.
Yeah, I'd say that's what all it is.
Robbins, North Carolina, United
Yeah.
Moore, North Carolina, United States. 22,000 feet.
We would be contacting Washington at some point.
Yep.
If anything, I'd say maybe it's 20 minutes sooner than what it should be.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long to get to Washington from North Carolina. It's pretty much northeast.
Right.
Heading, colon, 71.
So you're heading 71.
Heading, colon, 70.
Now it's 70.
Heading, colon, 68. 23,000 feet.
So, we were talking about PNDG earlier. So,
Yeah.
again, should I tell them or no? Wait till we
Which part?
start that.
Which part?
About the potential class we're going to try and do.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's
So,
something that it's not even really connected to a specific airline. It's going to be open for anybody to
24,000 feet.
join.
yeah, so I'm going to learn the PMDG 737, and Johnny and I are going to start a class for beginners and new flyers to be able to learn how to program their aircraft and be able to fly them effectively. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing this.
Um,
25,000
It's
feet.
just a way for, there's a lot of stuff I still need to learn myself, but for simple stuff, I'd like to do something to help people. If you're wanting to learn how to, you want to learn and understand the CDU in a simple way.
Yeah.
Well, I believe, honestly, I'm not bragging, but I believe I'm the guy that can give it to you in a simple way.
Yeah, because I don't believe in overcomplicating something with a lot of verbiage and extra wording
26,000
that's just
feet.
not needed.
I recently did a tutorial on the CDU, and it's not real long, but everything that's in that tutorial, you will be able to fly.
And that was a good tutorial, by the way. I studied it. I'm going to study it again later.
I mean, if for some
Boeing
reason you
747
can't
climb.
follow
And maintain
that,
flight level 330.
then
95,
One
319,
button.
Maintain flight
32,972.
level 330 Boeing 747.
27,000 feet.
well,
One button.
I think the key thing is you got to learn the
Press
steps,
enter
the
to
order
validate.
in which you do things, and do it in that exact order every time, and you'll do just fine.
yeah, I would have to agree with that. Most definitely.
Distance to destination not available.
Interesting. This time I don't get a distance with
Oh, wow.
TFM. Before I did.
461 knots through 28,000 feet.
So I'll give you a prime example. So in order you might go in
28,100.
is when you load the plane,
Total fuel
You-
colon 205,496.5 pounds. 30,674.7 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 24,455. Next waypoint colon
let
RDU.
first officer do its thing. Close the door, then say pre-flight checklist.
No.
Then no? Oh,
29,000 feet.
I got it wrong, didn't I?
Don't close the door.
Or don't
mean,
close the door.
Okay, don't let me get confused too much on that. You can, I guess. If you want to close
Okay.
the door and then do pre-flight, you can, because in that way, the door's closed and do pre-flight, and you can move to the next step.
Right, and I was
So-
just going by what you had told me
Yeah,
before
that's right,
when you had said
right.
close the door.
Yep, I did tell you that, so go ahead.
So you do your
30,000 feet.
pre-flight, then you do your before start, then you alert the crew that you're ready for pushback, then you do your start engines, and hopefully your first officer will do its after start flow, which I'm hoping mine will do.
Yeah, well, it's just something on my end only. Should have no trouble there.
Yeah, and then you will do your before taxi, get to the runway, do your
31,000
before
feet.
takeoff, then you'll do your takeoff, and then after takeoff.
Yep,
That's how you do it, and in between that, you'll program the CDU.
yep, that's right. Once you do it a few times, you get used to it. It's really not that bad. It's like with fs2020. Once
32,000 feet.
you fly the way that you're able to fly with this, it's not too bad. I want to learn the camera so I can take pictures, because I know there's a way to do it. Like, it's got a smart camera and you can turn that on. But of course, when you're in a 744,
32,701 feet ASL.
32,000 feet up, there's nothing I'm going to be able to give you with scenery.
Exactly.
33,000 feet.
Plane is just going to be,
It's
blue
just to be
sky or
open sky.
dark skies or whatever
flying here, it'd be sunny skies but windy.
Do what?
If you were flying here today, it would be sunny skies but windy.
One,
Yeah.
one
118
button.
decimal 75 Boeing
Um,
747.
Com 1 colon, next
Roger,
waypoint
one
colon,
button.
TPOBO,
One
business
button.
colon, 137 line colon, 268 at 98 knots, gust at 0 knots.
68 and 98 knots.
Flying Alpha Sierra.
So the wind's coming from heading at
Heading colon,
28.
28.
One button.
We're flying it heading at 28, so that wind's hitting us from the
Press
side.
enter to validate.
Yeah.
Heading colon, 31. Heading colon, 33.
Trying to look here. But, you know, like I said, I think that every sim has their ups and their downs.
They do.
You know, P3D's got its perks, and it's got its negatives. FS2020's got perks,
And it's got negatives.
The negatives right now is you can do a flight with it, but you can't really manipulate a whole lot.
Above your assigned altitude.
Yeah.
Descend and maintain
Now-
flight level 330.
Airspeed goal
One
active,
button.
281, minus
Descend
1800 feet per minute.
Flight level
Trying to
330 Boeing 747.
The way you could do it
One
maybe
button.
is turn off full automated, go to autopilot.
Press enter to validate.
Because that autopilot's gonna follow whatever flight plan you got in there. With
Yeah.
that said, then you could manipulate speed, stuff like that. So
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna let Brandon talk for a second, or whatever, while I blow my nostrils, not doing it in your guys' ears. Give me
Yeah. I'm in
1
total
second. Yeah.
Okay, I'm in total agreement with that. We definitely need a way to do all that and to be able to read instrumentation in the aircraft. Come on, TFM. We need to start programming for this too, because, like I said earlier, people are going to gravitate to it eventually, and we're going to have vital information that we don't really have right now, and it's necessary to have to do flights.
One button.
So yeah,
Press
that's,
enter to
that's
validate.
what we're missing, and we desperately need.
All right, there we go.
All right.
But you know, you got people that, you know, think about this for a minute. You got people that are still flying with FSX.
Oh, absolutely.
You got people that are flying, but they're only flying with Eurofly.
Yep.
280.
Everybody's
One
got.
button.
Everybody's got their own
Press
preference.
enter to validate.
That's right. And yeah, there's no reason to judge that or doubt that or.
No.
Now I remember saying a long time ago that, you know, well, if it's FS 2020 is not going to be ready, well, it wasn't. But within the last, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months, they've added this feature where, well, look at us, we're
Yeah.
flying.
Yep.
You know, landing's not always perfect with this way of doing
Boeing
it.
747, please expedite
But-
your descent flight level 330.
I
281.
One button.
I need to go and
Press
read
enter to validate.
more up on the hotkeys because I believe if I was to turn off the automation when I get to 500 feet,
Mm-hmm.
leave it on autopilot, kick off auto throttle, it might already be off,
Yeah.
and when it gets to 100 feet, pull pull back on the yoke a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and let it land.
By the way, I was going to ask you, when you got landed last night on that one flight, did you ever get past that part you were stuck on where it kept saying,
208.
press
One
enter to
button.
verify or whatever it was?
Press enter to validate.
Oh yeah, so on the automation, even though Josh isn't seeing this, that's just the buttons that it shows that you're going through and flipping the switches on, in the cockpit.
Uh-huh.
So it might read it, but you don't do anything with it.
Oh, so you just let it repeat itself?
You are talking about the cockpit, right? How it would say press button. Or,
Right, like when you were on the ground, when you were trying to taxi over to park.
Oh
where
yeah, I
it
don't
kept
know what
getting
happened with that. It got itself stuck, and I never did get out of it. But
Oh boy.
747, please expedite your descent flight level 330.
now you guys
One
hear
button.
it say Boeing 740,
Press enter to
Boeing
validate.
744, please expedite. Your flight level is 330. It's telling me that because we're a little above what the altitude actually is, and the system just doesn't like it.
I'm hoping at some point they'll fix that and rectify that, and you can actually go to your assigned altitude and stay there. I'm pretty sure they will fix it.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1.21.18.0.
Expedite your descent flight level 330.
You see, please expedite.
One
Boeing
button.
744, please expedite. Your flight level is 330.
Press enter to validate.
33,776 feet
And
ASL.
I'm a little above 330. We're at 33,700. So it's not up a big amount, but
It's enough for them to gripe and complain about you're not at your assigned altitude, basically.
yes. Yep.
And unfortunately,
Go ahead.
unfortunately, you have to hear that the whole flight.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's not too awful bad. If you didn't want to hear it, you could turn off the A1 or the AI,
Boeing 747, please expedite your descent
Turn
flight
it
level
off.
330.
hit C to go to
96.
autopilot,
One button.
Yep.
and you might get lucky there.
Press enter to validate.
Well, and then sometimes it'll drop you below the altitude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not always. Sorry guys, I'm trying to. Got distracted here. Okay, now what was we saying again?
I said sometimes it'll go below the assigned altitude even with autopilot on.
Yeah, it will. Me personally, I'd rather leave it on the AI and let it do what it's doing. Because earlier when I took it off of that and went to autopilot,
Your descent flight level 330.
I had a little bit of
One
trouble
button.
with my little
Press
trouble
enter
on
to
landing.
validate.
But all right, let's see. Now, there are things to remember, you guys. Just because you hear me using TFM, that does not mean telling you, hey, TFM works fully with, because it doesn't. But
No.
you can get the basic information. Heading,
Heading colon 35.
speed,
279 knots indicated.
altitude.
33,845 feet ASL.
Can you get your weather
279.
with it
One
too,
button.
or No.
Dinwiddie, Virginia,
Press
United
enter
States.
to
9.7
validate.
nautical miles, 68 degrees.
I'd say probably not.
You said weather?
Yeah.
When you got it set to live, it grabs the live weather. Let's see.
I don't think it will.
What's that?
I don't think it'll get the weather.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah, I was doing something. When you set it to live weather,
One
it
button.
gives you the actual weather, the
Press
real
enter
weather,
to validate.
Okay.
and it's accurate,
Nice.
very accurate. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. I landed in Charlotte, and I checked on my computer, and it said it was 54. Well, I checked with the weather, and it said it was 54. It was dead on.
Wow.
So, and I'm happy about that because, you know, there needs to be something for, like, well, you know how Active Sky is.
Yeah.
With Active Sky, you gotta have this program.
280.
I like this
One.
one. You gotta have everything extra.
That's what I'm saying.
Press enter to
I
validate.
think that it's a lot better in that regard. You don't have to pay for extra stuff. You got most of your stuff that you need for free included with it, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of add-ons too that you can get. Well, about a lot,
Yeah.
but they do have an area you can go for add-ons, and me and Josh will talk a little bit
From
about
what people
that.
say, they don't read yet, though.
What does it read?
The market.
Flight level 330.
270.
One
Oh,
button.
you mean as far as accessibility?
Press enter to validate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. But it's just one
Well,
of
but
them things.
I think that'll change.
With simming, the one thing that I've learned from day one is everything that we do is a learning process. It's a
Exactly.
adventure process. It's a lesson process. You
You
know,
learn by trial and error.
sometimes things work, sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't. Yep.
You know, like Pro ATC.
Oh,
Great.
yes.
It's a great add-on, but it's not the most accessible program in the world.
Yep.
You know,
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I've been simming since 2016, so is Josh.
One button.
And you're absolutely right. There are things you gotta learn,
Press enter to
lessons
validate.
you learn. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. So it's trial and error,
yeah,
basically.
34,000
and,
feet.
you know, I'm okay with that.
Me too.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't mind if a flight goes whack because I've learned
Yeah.
something. You
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
Right now, folks, to give you guys an update, we are
34,021 feet ASL. 32,972.
we're 34,000 feet. We're 2,000 feet above required altitude, but for some reason it likes to do that. Still
Boeing
doesn't fly.
747, please expedite your descent flight level 330.
Yeah.
278.
One
Boeing 747, contact Washington Center on 13.255.
280 knots indicated.
Maybe they'll fix it.
One button.
132.55 Boeing 747.
Com 1 colon
Washington
132.55.
Alpha Sierra.
One button.
747 is at flight level 340, descending flight level 330. Boeing Alpha Sierra. 747 Washington Center, continue to Bivavo as planned.
1 button. Press enter to
Command key
validate.
disabled. Command key disabled.
Oops. I didn't do that. Okay, so let me put the command key real quick. I hit the command and disables it on accident.
Folder view list.
Whoops.
Show desk user STK STKFS box STKFS airline button. Navigraphs Razor Center C Cleaner Microsoft TFM button. Talk-in flight monitor.
It will take but a second.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Talk-in flight monitor. Oh, talk-in flight monitor.
Here we go.
FSUI. F. File sub MSF. M. Exit. Connect unavailable. Disconnect. Exit X. Connect unavailables. Disconnect D. Exit X. Auto reset the auto dash reset the default auto dash. IPC reads IPC buttons and event C. Access control. Blue occlusions and log Lewis extras offset custom open force cont new log weather unavailable auto reset the auto dash reset the exit X. Disconnect. Connect on exit X. Disconnect D. M. O. Exit X. Open and close C. Exit. Open and close C.
Well,
Restore unavailable R. About A. At WebSocket server sub. Weather unavailable W. IPC read IPC write buttons and keys B. FSU IPC 7 colon simulator is log sub menu alt plus L. FSU IPC 7 colon simulator is available colon connected. Microsoft Flight Simulator. FSU IP Talk-in flight monitor. O. Live streaming and sim ops 27 FS Airlines BIS PC02 column Microsoft Flights FSU IP Talk-in flight monitor. O1 column Talk-in flight monitor. Plan collapse alt plus PL tools collapse aircraft settings keyboard man enable slash disable command key
1
enable
button.
Talk-in flight monitor.
there we go.
Microsoft Flight Simulator
Press
FSU
enter
IPC
to
FSU
validate.
IPC 7 colon simulator is available colon connected. Microsoft FSIM brief downloader right dash click file sub menu alt plus MSFS sub menu alt plus options sub menu options menu reset the auto dash reset the defaults are FSU IPC 7 colon simulator is available.
Okay, here we go.
Folder view FSUI Microsoft Flight Simulator dash
So we are currently
King and Queen Virginia United States. Essex Virginia United States.
Essex, Virginia.
Essex Virginia United States.
Okay, yeah, you're flying over
Tappahannock
Virginia
Virginia
now.
United States 7.1 knot. Essex Virginia United
Yeah,
States.
and we're holding our altitude at
34,112 feet ASL.
34,112.
Boeing 747, please expedite your descent. Flight level 330.
1 button.
Yeah, I need to read up on it more.
Press enter to
There
validate.
are hotkeys, and there is a lot you can do with this simulator, but we're all new at it, so you know. Let's see.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1. Richmond, Virginia, United States.
Richmond, Virginia, you guys.
278 knots indicated.
We're traveling at 278 knots indicated.
34,103 feet AG.
34,103 AGL.
34,129 feet ASL.
34,129
button.
ASL.
Press enter to validate.
Distance to destination not available.
Nice.
Distance to descent not available. Hold 278. Hold 278.
Let's see something.
Microsoft Flight Simulator dash 1. Key not defined.
747, please expedite your descent. Flight level 330.
Westmoreland, Virginia, United States.
Westmoreland,
279.
Virginia.
Press enter to validate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're trucking right along.
Yeah, you are.
Total fuel colon 198,600.
198,000 pounds of fuel. Should be enough.
Oh, yeah.
And just so you guys know,
Next waypoint colon cipher distance colon.
you can definitely crash on this one too.
Yep.
I'm not going to crash and show you the sound effect, but I really like it. You get that sound of like, as if your ears were ringing or something, like something bad just happened, you know?
Wow.
I wonder. Try that again.
You wonder what?
We're going to go ask someone to look on YouTube. Well,
Boeing 747,
definitely
please
live
enter
streaming,
your
that
descent
is.
flight level 330.
we'll have them get on
Yeah.
YouTube
97,
and tell us how
278.
good,
1 button.
you know, things are looking as
Press
far
enter
as,
to
'cause I don't
validate.
know if it's going to be looking out the cockpit window.
Oh yeah.
Or what, but anyways, guys, we're going to stop this for now. I'm probably going to come back in a little while and do a short live stream. Just because I want to have someone look at our live stream and see how it looks.
Next waypoint colon
And,
DANDR distance colon 44 nautical miles.
yeah.
Bearing colon 50
So,
degrees 4 minutes 47 seconds.
I'm sure Brandon will be around. He might be here when I go back and record more, but we'll probably record some more stuff here. You know, there might be a couple videos on this one flight, but it's more of just a testing phase with, you know, messing around with
Boeing
fs2020. So,
747, contact Washington Center on 133.
you guys are going to find a lot of stuff coming from fs2020 as well.
1 button.
You'll see just
1
as many
button.
videos from fs20 as you will.
Com 1 colon
Washington Center,
133.90.
Alpha Sierra 747
if
is
it's-
at
And I'm
flight
gonna
level
try and stream
345, descending
FS20
flight
as
level
well.
330.
If we can fly with it, then,
Boeing
you
Alpha
know,
Sierra
why not fly
747
with
Washington
it?
Center,
Fly.
continue to Dangler as
No, we
planned.
can't do bat
Yeah.
sim.
1
But
button.
we can still do our airline flights.
Press enter to validate.
So,
That's
you
fine
know,
by me.
And again, you know, depending on what kind of day I'm having,
Boeing 747,
how
contact
busy am I,
Washington Center
you know,
on
I might load up
132.55.
fs2020 and let it do my flight while I'm taking care of other stuff. You know, I
1
don't know.
button.
1
One
button.
button.
Decimal 55 for Boeing
Bottom line,
747.
once the plane's in the sky
Com 1 colon
anyways,
132.5 times.
1 button.
You're not doing
747 is
anything.
passing flight level
doesn't matter if it's
345,
fs20
descending
or
flight level
P3D,
330.
you're not doing anything anyways.
Boeing Alpha
So,
Sierra
Yeah.
747
there's not a
Washington
big
Center,
difference there.
continue to Dangler as planned.
I mean,
1
that's
button.
the reality of it. So,
FSU live stream ops
Press enter to
27.1.3
validate.
left pair ops
so next
27.1.
time, Brandon, thanks for joining me. We'll join these guys again a little bit later. We're going to do a live stream here and see what it looks
Definitely.
Start virtual. Stop recording. Checkbox checked.
So, you got to be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at BVI Pilots. And we'll talk to you soon.